You have attracted notice, and someone with a lot of power will focus their attention on you, recognizing something special about you that sets you apart from the rest of the throng. They have been drawn to you because of your remarkable qualities and are now approaching you. When you encounter someone whose presence demands respect and whose interest in you has the potential to transform your life, prepare yourself for the meeting. The environment has shifted around you. This is neither a fortuitous encounter or a coincidence that the stars are in accord. Am I able to perceive it? The electric charge that should have been the sudden pressure of attention on your skin happened just a few minutes ago. You have been noticed, but not by the eyes of the typical person, nor by the vast majority of individuals who go through life without ever seeing these eyes. On the other hand, you belong to someone who has the power to change the world with simple judgments. Someone whose influence spans whole economic empires. Someone whose name unlocks previously locked doors. And someone whose very presence commands rooms without the need for a single word. And their strong eyes have found you. Wait in solitude and take a deep breath. This moment is what separates you. Create a life from everything that follows it. The barrier that divides obscurity and importance has just been shattered, and you are now on the verge of change. Will you be able to understand what this means? Destiny found your coordinates. The great majority of people live their lives and die without ever experiencing anything like you are right now. Their life is defined by the shadows of possibility, and they never step into the harsh and dazzling light of true potential. Their aspirations are only theoretical and abstract concepts that are never tested against the harsh realities of life. You, on the other hand, were picked. Your actions, the thoughts you carry, and the energy you emit without even trying are all manifestations of a frequency that is associated with greatness. Something in your soul has stretched across the abyss, and something in your DNA sings a grandeur-filled frequency. These qualities are conveyed via channels that most people cannot access, yet are constantly monitored. Those at the apex are continually seeking for the next distinctive person to elevate, coach, challenge, and change. They are always looking for the next people. In addition, you have just tripped their radar at this exact time. Keep an eye out. Observe how the environment has altered, how the discussions that were going place nearby have become more muted, and how the pathways look to be clear. Concentrate on your back and feel its weight, pressing against it. The feeling you receive when someone with enormous influence focuses their attention on you is as follows. Don't flee. Do not hide or flinch. The action has already begun. This person with exceptional willpower is moving closer to your place with each pulse and passing second. At this moment, their orbit has locked onto your own. Without a doubt, gravitational attraction exists. Do you now dislike wearing pricey shoes? Destiny gets closer. Let's put things in context. In a world with billions of individuals on this precise day, at this specific place, among all of the people that may potentially exist, what are the statistical chances that your signal cut through the noise? Your talent was seen by a great number of individuals, and your potential was detected by tools meant to detect only exceptional events. The rooms sense ambition, creativity, and hunger in the same way sharks find blood in huge seas. They can feel the delicate energy of someone who is about to be launched into glory. And right now, all of those sensations are focused on yourself, alternative versions of yourself, some of which are fantastic, while others have been wrecked by the strain and flicker like ghosts on the edges of reality. Future timelines branch and multiply around this one instant. What happens next is the single most essential aspect in establishing whether version is genuine. Prepare yourselves for immense power is on its way. Having power creates a boom in energy production. Because you are so near to concentrated influence, the atoms between you will quickly catch fire, and lightning may even strike the earth where you are standing. Your whole cellular structure is going to shift. The vast majority of individuals would flunk the exam before it even began because they would buckle. They would dissolve. With such intense concentration, they'd fumble over words. Their ideas would scatter like marbles on a marble floor, and they would flunk the exam completely. Is it true that you do not represent the majority of people? To answer your query, you would not have registered on their instruments if you were just ordinary. Something within you is burning brighter. Something in you extends further. Something in you hungers more deeply than the ordinary souls that inhabit this planet. That item is going to be tried. Something is about to be questioned. That item is soon to be delivered. The best chance it will ever have. When giants see potential, they do not approach with tenderness. They don't coddle. They don't reassure. They have a confrontation. They are provocative. They need assurance that their intuition were correct. Prepare for this as the first. The comments expressed may seem like an attack. The first inquiries may seem tough to answer. The first request may seem to be intended to cause you to fail. This is the test that is underneath the test. How do you respond when faced with the challenge of greatness? How do you react? Do you go into unnecessary detail? Are you someone who makes excuses? Or are you someone who stands in your power, unafraid of the fire that is being directed at your very core? They've seen potential performers falter under pressure. They've had apparently great experiences. The person approaching has seen potential explode and perish 1,000 times. You're here for a purpose. If you feel called, answer it. Click join to get access to rare information, in-depth insights, and a strong community. This is not just a membership. It is an awakening. Step into your divine mission. When faced with true demand, the selected candidates succumb to mediocrity. The result of everything is influenced by how you behave during these early critical moments. Stand tall. Meet their stare without flinching. Speak with conviction, but not desperation. Answer questions directly, but never completely. Leave them wanting more. Show respect without showing subservience. Show your value without explaining it. The cosmos has worked together to create this convergence point. Cosmic powers beyond comprehension have conspired to put you in this precise situation, just as someone with the capacity to totally change your life has decided to depart from their normal routine and approach you. Do you sense the weight of the moment? Do you understand the relevance of the subject? Millions of individuals hope for possibilities that never materialize. Millions of individuals give up everything to chase relationships that will forever be out of grasp. Millions of people would give up all they possess to be where you are now, on the path of someone who can remake reality with a single decision. This is going to be your reality, remodeled and redesigned. To begin, you must withstand the heat. To begin, you must show that you are worthy of the attention that has already been given. First, you must show that the discovered signal was not a false positive, a rapid flare, but rather a sustained burn of genuine promise. They're coming closer to you right now. With each beating pulse, the gap between you narrows. The molecules between you are vibrating with growing intensity, and time seems to slow down, resulting in a pocket dimension in which this exchange will occur outside of regular constraints. The coming of destiny is predestined. The sound of footsteps. Remember that they rely on you just as much as you do on them. Greatness and potential have a mutually helpful connection, rather than a parasitic one. Those in positions of power need fresh boats to guarantee that their legacy is carried on. They need new perspectives to prevent stagnation and hungry spirits to remind them of their own beginnings. You are the epitome of prospects. You are the epitome of renewal. You represent the continuance of a bloodline that must not die. However, you must establish that you are deserving of this investment. You must show that you have not just the raw components, but also the temperament to be shaped into something exceptional. Not everyone can withstand the heat necessary for meaningful change. Not everyone can withstand the pressure required to produce diamonds from coal. Are you able to persevere? This is what their eyes look for while they focus on yours. This is what their intuition tries to discern from your posture, demeanor, and very being. People who are actually strong do not need to spend their time with people who will ultimately come apart. They do not invest in boats that will inevitably fail. They do not lead spirits who will ultimately flee away. If your heart is overflowing with God's blessings, let that love radiate. Click the super thank you button and donate $100 or more to sow seeds of faith that will touch countless lives. Your giving exemplifies His richness. Be a channel for His grace, and watch His kingdom grow through you. At the first sign of genuine difficulty, reveal the steel behind your veneer. Show them the fire behind your eyes. Show them hunger and discipline, the rarest combo, the most precious asset. the accurate predictor of future success. The moment has come. Feel time compressing around you. Feel space bend to accommodate this collision of fortunes. Feel the gaze of unknown powers. I am watching with great curiosity, placing cosmic wagers on whether you will succeed or fail at this occasion. These powers are very interested in you. When they speak, their voice will travel far and wide. The words associated with such frequencies will have several levels of meaning, including tests within tests, chances inside challenges, and traps disguised as praises. Furthermore, these frequencies will bypass your ears and connect directly with your DNA. Make careful to listen not just to what they say, but also to what they don't say. True communication occurs in the intervals between words and in the micro-expressions that flash over their face when they position themselves in proximity to you. At this stage, every detail matters. The opportunity they present may seem to be minor. It may not seem to be a game changer on the surface, but there is no margin for mistake. This is just the first of many, many more. Is this the first exam to evaluate whether or not you deserve the keys to higher chambers beyond this one? Accept any challenge they provide. Accept any business card they provide and comply with whatever unexpected request they make. However, preserve your dignity, set clear limits, and recognize your own authority. The worst reaction is desperate appreciation, followed by entitled expectation. The point of balance between these two extremes is where you should stand. Appreciate the chance, but be confident in yourself. They are distinct lives led by different individuals. However, this only applies if you are aware of what is going on. If you can rise to the situation and show that their tools identified something genuine, sustainable, and deserving of tremendous investment. The approaching figure has networks of power that span continents. They have resources that might sustain your vision for decades. They contain information that would take you 3 lifetimes to learn on your own. All of this might be put at your disposal. All of this has the potential to significantly speed your trip. All of this may turn your flickering spark into a supernova that lights whole planets. Or it might all go in a heartbeat. One bad word, a show of vulnerability, one revelation of unworthiness. That is all it takes for the chance to pass, for the strong figure to keep walking, for your signal to be reclassified as a false positive. In these complex systems, the margin for mistake is negligible. The stakes couldn't be greater. The strain would shatter ordinary spirits to dust. But you are not ordinary. You've never been. That explains why this is occurring at all. Trust your intuition more than ever. Whatever drove you to this point, whatever mix of abilities, choices, and actions generated the signal that drew this attention, those traits will lead you through the following steps. Do not abruptly change into someone else. Don't put on a performance. Don't strive to be what you believe people desire. They detected you, the actual indicator of your true nature. Now amplify that signal. Instead of transmitting a false frequency, increase the loudness of your actual nature. The genuinely powerful can detect untruth at the atomic level. They did not rise to their position by being duped. They did not preserve their authority by omitting information. They can detect an imposter despite layers of flawless camouflage. Authenticity is your only viable strategy, and authenticity is mediated via knowledge. Authenticity oriented with a goal. Pure genuineness that understands when to speak and when to listen, when to advance and when to maintain position. The person now stands before you. Time stops altogether. The world around you fades as reality focuses on this interaction, this clash of potential and strength. What occurs next in this moment, fraught with infinite futures, will have far-reaching implications. What occurs next will change the likelihood itself. You have complete control over what occurs next. Recognizing the enormity of this opportunity and rising to meet it with everything you have. Cosmic forces hold their breath. Remember, you were discovered for a purpose. Recall all prospective souls. Your frequency has broken through. Remember that this is determined recognition rather than random chance. The cosmos conspires to bring complementing energies together. The universe builds bridges between individuals who need to discover one another. The universe causes collisions between powers that belong together. You are now in the heart of global purpose. You are the focal focus of destiny's lens. You've been dragged here by forces beyond explanation because something in you needs to connect with something in others. This link goes beyond simple networking. What is going to happen is not about business cards or job openings, even if they may be tangible symptoms of what is going to happen. What is going to happen is the interplay of complementary energies, which has the ability to create enough power to move whole planets. The person approaching you represents what you have the capacity to become. The stranger approaching you holds a map to regions you've only seen in dreams. The man approaching you carries the keys to the doors. You've been knocking on doors without luck, but you have something they need as well. A fresh viewpoint, untapped potential, and a yearning not yet satisfied by successes. These are the basic elements that will be utilized to build the future generation. Take into consideration the value you provide to this equation. You should not approach this interaction as a supplicant asking for crumbs from the table of authority. Rather, regard it as a carrier of gifts that have become rare in the unusual habitat in which they live. Consider yourself on an equal basis, not in terms of achievement, but in terms of intrinsic value. The one and only. The mighty do not seek devotees. They do not need more sycophants. Instead, they are looking for actual equals. They are continually on the lookout for people who have the potential for greatness, but have not yet been given an equal chance to kindle it into flames. You are not being offered charity. You're being assessed as an investment. You are being regarded as a perspective or carrying vehicle for legacies that must go beyond individuals' lives. This is about the continuance of the power lineage. All great powers seek proper successors. All great successes need the introduction of fresh blood to push the envelope. Father, all great visions need new eyes in order to develop beyond their initial inspiration. You have been identified as a potential next link in a chain that extends back in time. You have been selected as possibly deserving of inheriting concentrated power accumulated over millennia. You have been chosen for examination as a potential vessel for electricity transfer in the future. The obligation is huge. The possibility is unparalleled. The moment necessitates the simultaneous presence of everything you've been and everything you can be in perfect balance. Destiny extends its hand. The first words have been said. The exchange starts. The universes clash in a controlled explosion. Futures sprout and develop around you at breakneck speed. Everything has led to here. Every conflict yields triumph. Every moment of uncertainty and determination. Every time you proceeded, when others would have died. Every choice that kept you on your true path. Rather of taking easier paths, the combined energy of your whole existence is focused on a single point of contact. The concentrated potential of all imaginable outcomes awaits your reaction to what occurs next. Rise up to your full height. Let your eyes reveal the fire that is burning behind them. Allow your speech to carry the authority of the total self-story. Release of stored energy. This gathering is the product of the universe's united efforts. This exact convergence of paths has been predetermined by cosmic intelligence. Destiny has relocated mountains in order to align your paths. Everything now depends on you. The work of. You are the beneficiary of opportunity. And power is the capacity to see possibility beyond the final gap that separates you. The offer dangles in the air like suspended lightning, vibrating with amazing and huge possibilities. Step into the blazing brightness of a future that is too bright to completely grasp. Cross the line between who you have been and who you are meant to become. Reach out and seize the opportunities that come your way. It is time for you to act. It is no accident that the power in front of you is in that place. They fought hard to get there, even when everyone else around them settled for comfortable mediocrity. They survived resistance that would have destroyed lesser creatures. They encountered difficulties that would have shattered ordinary spirits. There is a part of you that connects to that adventure. There is a part of your spirit that understands the route they have taken because you have always known deep down that you would follow a similar path. That is how people view you. That's what their perfectly tuned senses uncovered. That is what prompted them to direct their attention across a busy area, maintaining a firm focus on your coordinates, which is the identification of a common desire. Not everyone is meant to bear flames that burn at such high temperatures. Not everyone is capable of holding such enormous energy without being eaten. Not everyone has the internal architecture necessary to channel power without being corrupted by it. On the other hand, the molecular structure of your body has the unusual mix of components required for this cosmic alchemy. Your spiritual DNA includes codes that can only be triggered in the presence of focused splendor. Activate them immediately now, since the aspects that have gone dormant. The sudden illumination of oneself. The experience of hitherto unknown skills suddenly roaring to life under the catalytic gaze of accomplished power. We are seeing your awakening. The high-profile person who is presently examining you has seen a large number of prospective vessels fracture when investigated. They have seen promising applicants reveal fatal flaws when exposed to the harsh light of genuine scrutiny. This technique has been begun hundreds of times, but they have always been disappointed. If they resume their search today, the results may alter. Possibly the quest will be completed today. It is conceivable that they may eventually discover what they have been searching for across many years, across numerous countries, and through thousands of encounters. The initial conversation will determine everything. The introductory words will establish the tone. The first energy transfer will create patterns that will either enhance or reduce what follows after it. If you show worthy, the first transaction will decide everything. It's crucial to remember that greatness is measured by putting it to the test via hardship. Power examines potential by putting pressure, while outstanding minds evaluate capacity via inquiries meant to delve deeply. Disguises and exposes the power to create a real city. You should prepare for discomfort. You should be prepared for a challenge. You should be willing to go into the fire knowing that only real quality will escape unscathed. The coming power wields a torch that not only lights but also burns their attention, revealing what was previously hidden while simultaneously testing what is revealed. The potential that their focus holds comes with the demand that they quickly exhibit their value to be seen by power, which entails that they be subjected to the assessment of power to be seen by. This dualism cannot be avoided. Having greatness means being assessed against excellence. Having criteria that draw attention to outstanding achievement and the potential to be compared to those who have accomplished extraordinary feats. In comparison, people with lesser hearts would break under such examination. Ordinary brains would shatter under such examination, and ordinary talents would be exposed to be weak in comparison to true genius. However, something about you suggested that you could be exceptional. There was something inside you that triggered identifying systems meant to detect only the exceptional. Something inside you broadcasted a frequency that corresponded to any patterns related with brightness in its early phases. That signal must be confirmed at this stage. The person is now standing in front of you, and their eyes are fastened on yours with such intensity that most individuals would be forced to pull their look away just by their presence. The area between you is densely packed with energy, making breathing difficult.